Good morning, everyone. I'm in the garden. As you can see, the gardens look pretty sad. Look at these tomato plants. They're all dried and dying. Cucumbers are done. So this morning, it's a little cooler than it has been in a while. We may not see any effects from Hurricane Dorian here. I'm very far west in Florida and north. And it looks like the storm's turning north and it's staying on the east coast. It barely looks like it's going to touch the east coast now, so we'll see. But my project today is to clean these tomatoes out. They're taking up room and nutrients out of the soil that I think we can do better with something else. Have I given up on tomatoes? Not yet. I got some seeds started and I'm going to try and keep going with tomatoes, but I also need to harvest all those banana peppers, which means I need to be pickling peppers in the next day or so. Here's my tomato crop. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I'm going to be trying to grow tomatoes as the weather cools down, but we're still, the next 10 days, we're still predicted into the high 90s, guys. The nights will be cooler, but the days are brutal yet. So until my tomatoes are ready to go out into the garden, these did not make it. I probably should have put them in a container of water to get some roots, but they did not make it. And there's just nothing left on these plants to try and propagate. And to be honest, why propagate a plant that did not do well in our area? I don't even know if that's worth keeping. It's not a sucker, but it still might grow some roots. I just don't know. I'm very frustrated. We did great with peppers this year, other than the bell pepper, and we did okay with them. The sweet Italian pepper, which you can see that red one over there, has done phenomenal. The sweet banana peppers are still blooming and still producing, and they've been in this garden through all the heat of August and July, so they're phenomenal here. But I love tomatoes. I love tomato sauce. And I like my own sauce better than store-bought because it doesn't affect Jim's stomach at all. And store-bought affects his stomach really bad. So, that's kind of why I want to grow tomatoes. And look at this, guys. This is my green beans. Now, I will be planting a whole nother bed. Oh, my goats heard me. I will be planting a whole nother bed of green beans. And you won't see the pup in this video. He is in at the vet's being neutered this morning. Oh my gosh, I couldn't tell you how sad I am. Anyway, onward. I think that dog turned into a therapy dog for me. Comfrey is doing amazing. And I have a sweet potato. I planted the whole potato because it sprouted. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping these grow leaves. If they do, I'll be snipping them, putting them in water, and rooting them, and try to get one of these beds growing in sweet potatoes. Again, everything's still trial and error. Absolutely none of the lettuces came up. None of the onions came up. Nothing. So I'm really dumbfounded where to go from here. So we got the best soil we can get, which is compost. It's all compost, guys. So maybe I need to add something, maybe some manure, like black cow or something. I don't know at this point. And we haven't had time to go get another load of compost, so that's on hold because we're doing other things. We did get our hay shed. We used our lumber scraps. And we did get our hay shed all closed in, except for the front where we load the hay. We waited on that. I'm glad we did because it looks like the hurricane's going to totally miss us. So we won't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's a dismal sight, my garden right now. But it's like everybody else who's gardening. Those tomatoes were determinate tomatoes, which means they only are going to live so long. And these guys, I think, only live so long as well. But look at my cucumbers. Ah, we got plenty of cucumbers, guys. We've been eating cucumber salad, refrigerator pickles, all kinds of stuff that we've been making with the cucumbers. So we've had plenty. And now, this is a younger vine. And as you can see, I still got flowers, but I don't think they're going to amount to anything. Oh, look at this. This would be one to save seeds from. See that? But it looks like something got into it. We're going to give that to the chickens. So that's chicken food. Oh, let's see if I can get this one. Oh, that's a heavy one. Oh, come on. My hand's a little numb right now, but okay, I gotta try and get behind this fence and grab that big one. There we go. There's another big one. That might be worth trying to eat. I don't know. And then there's a couple more in here. Looks like they're going bad. See that? Chicken food. Nothing goes to waste. It's going to feed something here on the homestead. It might not always be us, but we're okay with that. Now, these are zucchinis that I put out here. This was a pile of compost. And I planted a bunch of zucchini seeds, and as you can see, they're doing pretty good. Hopefully the cooler nights will help them. Something's eating this one, probably grasshoppers. We've got a lot of grasshoppers here. This little one's trying to flower. It's a little plant. It would be wonderful if we got even one of these producing. Watch how easy these weeds come up. This is the benefit of deep mulch, guys. Because basically our compost is mulch. So, that's the benefit. But yeah, the zucchinis might be doing good. We'll have to wait. You know how that goes. They look great in the beginning and then they seem to die off for me. So we'll see. We'll let these go until they start looking like they're dying. If they start looking like they're dying, I'll yank them. Yeah. Let's see if you can see this little red pepper. Isn't she a beauty? Wow. She's a beauty. All right, we'll bring you back. I'm going to be pulling a lot of plants today. Okay, guys. As you can see, I cleaned the whole front up. I decided all the stuff that was like a throw-up fence to keep the guineas out, since I block the outer perimeter, the guineas aren't coming in. They're over there picking at the mulch area. We're mulching. We had a hole right there, not a big hole, but it was holding water, so we're throwing all the goat bedding there. And the very top of that pine tree that came down is right there. We have our burn barrel there. The only tomato plant I left, all tomatoes are gone, is right here, and this is why. There's 3 little tomatoes on here, but as you can see, the plant is not healthy at all. So we're gonna give that one grace and see if it'll continue to grow those tomatoes and maybe even ripen them. I don't know. But I got this all cleaned out. I raked this whole area out, getting ready for winter's crops, whether I have to buy the plants to get them planted, if I can find them. Even though we're in Florida, it's very hard to find started plants for fall planting. Even seeds for fall planting gets very difficult to find. They all act down here like it's up north and nobody's going to buy seeds all winter long, so they don't stock them. And that's something we contend with here. But I can send for seeds, but I can't send for plants. And I haven't picked these peppers yet. That's another day because I'm getting tired. All those, that was all tomatoes originally. They're all gone. I left the peppers. There's 3 pepper plants here. My original 3, Sweet Italian, Belle, and Belle. I did take one of my tomato, good Lord, I'm tired. I'm sweating. My tomato cages, and I put this pepper plant in because it wasn't supporting itself. So I got it in there and support it now. This one seems to be supporting itself. I also have a stake on this one, I think. Oh, maybe not. Nope, no stake. It's all just strong enough to support itself. I did not pull the cucumbers yet because there's still little cucumbers, like right there, on this plant. So I'm not going to pull them. I'm going to see what they're going to do. Now, I can, because I'm in Florida, I can replant cucumbers. So that is something I'm going to consider. If I do, it's only going to be 2 plants. I'll probably start the seeds right in the ground like I did these, because they seem to do really well. But I also want to move this fence back to include those zucchini, because once the zucchinis come on, I can't trust the guineas won't get after them. They like digging in this dirt because this dirt holds a lot of grubs, so they like to come in here and dig, which is why I need to keep them out. Tomorrow I'll probably pick all these peppers, and I'll probably do pickled peppers with them. I have a nice inventory of them, but you can never have enough. Now, if my inventory is big enough, next year I won't grow these at all. They have been very prolific. I'm real happy I did grow them, and I'm real excited that I learned to pickle them. But they produce so much. Just look at this. This has been my best plant right here. They're just covered. And this is just one part. That's just one branch. And then I have this over here, which is full. I even got a red one, which might be good for saving seeds. See those? Might have to save some seeds with those, but look at this. It's crazy. Now that's just one. And then I have the second one, which is right here. Let's see if I can pick this up. Look at those. Holy moly. Gotta be picking them, otherwise they're... Oh, here's a little one. A little plant, and it's producing. It needs some support. Might work on that here in a minute. But there you go. Lots of peppers. The garden was not a total waste of time, but it didn't do what I had hoped it would do. Maybe next year. And I will probably invest in some kind of manure, whether it be black cow, whatever, some kind of manure, and put it in here. I just don't like putting commercial collected products in my garden, because you never know what those products have in them. It could be bugs, it could be chemicals, you just don't know. And we're trying to stay as organic as we possibly can here. And getting this compost is as organic as we can do, because this compost is from trees that have been chipped and then re-chipped and put on piles, and then it composts. But with that, it doesn't have any manure in it. So that's why I'm thinking maybe adding manure will be the answer. And if you're following me for any length of time, you do know I add rabbit manure, but I only get so much. This bed has rabbit manure in, so I'll probably plant this bed next. This bed, I just added some fresh rabbit manure, so we did do that this morning. And this had rabbit manure in it several times. And look at those green beans. Is that what I'm missing? It's very possible. Even this bed, I think, had some in originally. And my collard greens did great. They're now starting to really suffer. But we've had a very intense heat, and collard greens do better in cool weather. And it's time to clean these out and restart some collard greens. Cold weather crop, people. That's what I'm thinking. Cold weather crop. All the weeds. I did pull a large tree pot full of weeds. And my chickens got some in there and some in there. We're getting ready to move these girls into the big coop. They are bigger than our original set of chickens. So they're definitely ready to go in the coop. And my game plan is to get them in there in the next day or so. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping they start laying eggs soon, because my other girls are getting old. And right now, we're lucky if we're getting 5 to 6 eggs a day. That's just not enough for us. Even 2 people, it's not enough. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It's a step forward, getting ready. Winter crops coming in. Alright, we'll keep you updated on the green beans. We got flowers. We got lots of flowers. Let me show you those before I sign off here. Look at that. Lots and lots of flowers in here. I like flowers. Flowers mean hopefully food. Alright guys, take care and God bless.